As my colleague Laura explained, here is how old and complex the roots of sound therapy are, and how they are intertwined with the history of humanity and its evolution. In this type of therapy, one works with sound, rhythm, with various instruments, with a voice, and also through guided meditation. The goal of the therapy is to bring balance, harmony, leading the patient to a state of coherence, of wellness on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level, so that he can have a new perspective on his life, finding and redefining himself in a new and healthy way. One of the simplest and most effective ways to practice sound therapy is a holistic approach in connection with the elements of nature and the sounds, rhythms that represent them. The earth, which addresses the physical level, water, the emotional level, fire, the mental level, air, the soul level, and ether, which allows the patient to feel integrated in the entire network of life, sensing that he is an integral part of the universe. This approach allows the therapist to benefit from an unlimited potential of resources that come from nature, from life itself. As an example of the method of working with the elements for people with major traumas, who have gone through great losses, often the loss of their entire life, as it was in their country, the loss of their loved ones, their home, their mother tongue, in a word, of their roots. The first step the therapist has to take is to help them root themselves. For this, he will resort to the earth element by using the drum, creating simple and constant rhythms in measures such as 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. For this, the therapist needs a good sense of rhythm and training with the drum, rhythm, and being able to speak while beating the drum. It is vital that when leading the patient, the therapist maintains equal beats, a steady rhythm, to assure exactly what is needed: stability, safety, the feeling of rootedness. So for the earth element, you could use a very, very simple chord beginning with a G. G is the sound that connects us to the earth in the sound healing archetypal system and with our first energy center. And then you could add a fifth, GD, and then just add another G, the fourth, something very easy in the right hand. Working on an emotional level is the next step in the therapy, the release of negative, toxic emotions coming from the trauma and its repeated reactivation through thoughts and emotions. The patient's energy centers, which in most cases are blocked and do not allow the vital energy to flow, are touched and cleared by the sound and then released. Water is known for its power to cleanse, relieve, and bring peace and comfort on an emotional and mental level. The very sound of a spring or river relaxes the entire nervous system and contributes to inducing a state of coherence on all levels. The therapist needs to produce sounds that imitate water, a flowing, calming music, and here any instrument is possible, from the piano, flute, violin, cello, ocean drums, to the voice, which can be the most malleable and appropriate instrument for bringing harmony. For this purpose, any melody, any motif sung in a gentle, soothing and flowing way, in measures like 3/4, 6/8, connects the patient to the purifying and liberating effect of water. On the harp, which perhaps best represents the element of water among all the instruments, a sequence that would bring peace and harmony would sound like this. For the water element, you need something that flows, and it could be again very simple chords, exactly the same notes in the right and in the left hand, starting with the right hand and going downwards, like water when it flows. The next level, the mental level, is addressed by working with the fire element. The therapist seeks to create its purifying, animating, and vital energy-giving effect, emphasizing rhythm, tact, measures like 4/4, 2/4, on repetitive sequences, motifs that go upward. Musical pieces incite to movement and dance precisely through their clear, intense, sometimes syncopated rhythms. Working with the fire element contributes to vitalizing, strengthening and toning the patient and can be performed with instruments such as reglas, drums, castanets and any other instruments with a percussive sound. Here the effect of sounds, music, is accentuated and strengthened considerably when the patient is encouraged to move, to dance, to express his emotions through movement, which can bring a massive shift in his emotional, mental and spiritual state. Coming to the fire element, you can use a folk song, a folk dance, something that you'd yourself like and enjoy to dance on, and just play it like this for your patient. Engaging the soul level to which the air element corresponds, we aim to support the patient in accessing a meditative, contemplative state in which space is made inside him for something new, a new vibration which he can hold now. When we have reached this stage with the therapy, it is necessary to produce airy, light sounds that inspire easy breathing, a state of letting go without thoughts. Now, for the patient, it is about having the experience of the state of simply being. Instruments indicated for the air element are koshi, wind chimes, ocean drums, wooden whistle, flute, sound that imitates wind and breathing.
The air element needs something very light and airy and beautiful, very simple. The harp is ideal for this element because I can make a glissando, but you can make this on your own instrument. You can find a way, an ocean drum or something that is appropriate for the air element.
This prepares the final step of the therapy, the moment when the patient is led into an energy space with high vibration of total peace in connection with the ether element. Here it is ideal to sing a song to the patient or to play it on an instrument, a simple harmonious melody like a lullaby, something we can create in the moment. The therapist himself is completely attuned to this vibration and can thus improvise, create something that supports this state and vibration.
For the ether element, you can create something in the moment, something very easy and calming and beautiful, connected to that force that is bigger than us and from which all the inspiration and the power comes.
What also has a great effect is the chanting of sacred syllables from the Hindu or Buddhist tradition, such as Om. Here the important thing is for the therapist to hold the space for the patient until he receives a new life resource, a gift, which will give him the opportunity to find himself, to start a new stage of life, and to be able to find his roots, growing and blooming like a tree in his new life.